What if I told you that your most effective salesperson isn't actually a person at all? Kind of wild, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on your showroom's secret weapon, the sales floor itself. It's constantly talking to your customers, whether you realize it or not. So our job is to make absolutely sure it's saying all the right things.
All right, so here's the game plan for turning your space into a total sales powerhouse. First up, we're going to completely reframe how you see your showroom. Think of it as your #1 salesperson. Then we're going to get our hands dirty, actually designing the perfect customer experience and making your products just impossible to ignore. And finally, we'll put together a system so you're always getting better, and we'll nail down the core skills you need to make all of this a reality.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a really powerful idea. Your sales area is never silent. Nope. From the lighting to the layout to, heck, even the smell, everything is telling a story about your brand. So the big question you have to ask yourself is this: is it telling a story that builds trust and gets people excited? Or is it one that just creates friction and, sends them walking right back out the door?
I mean, we've all been there, right? You walk into a place, like the one on the left, it's just chaotic, kind of stressful, and it immediately plants a seed of doubt in your mind. That is a total deal breaker. But then you look at the space on the right. It's organized, it's clear, it feels professional. It just makes you feel confident and actually makes you want to look around. That, my friends, is a deal maker. And guess what? It doesn't happen by accident. It's all by design.
So the big question is, how do we get there? Well, it all starts with mastering your sales area. I want you to start thinking of yourself as an architect of the customer experience. Yeah, you're not just putting cars and products out on a floor. Nope, you are deliberately guiding every single step of their journey, from the moment they walk in the door to that final happy handshake. And building that amazing experience really comes down to 4 key steps. Step 1, define your space. Use those official floor plans as your treasure map, not just a set of rules. Design the perfect path for your customer. Step 2, determine your stock levels. You want to look professional and well-stocked, right? Not empty, but not totally overwhelming either. Step 3, prepare your materials. Have everything, and I mean everything, ready to go beforehand, so the whole experience feels smooth and seamless. And finally, step 4, the golden rule. Keep it pro. A clean, tidy, safe space just screams quality and respect for your customer.
Okay, let's talk about a key part of this whole thing, something called ancillary display materials. Sounds a bit technical, but really, these are the unsung heroes of your showroom. Think about it. They're the little signs that answer a customer's question before they even have to ask it. They're the brochures that let them take a piece of that experience home with them. They're the cool stands that make a simple product look like a centerpiece. Basically, they do all the heavy lifting so your main products can be the stars of the show.
And look, we absolutely cannot talk about being professional without talking about safety. This is 100% non-negotiable. Seriously. A cluttered walkway or some poorly stored chemicals, that doesn't just create a hazard. It instantly shatters a customer's confidence. A safe environment quietly tells them, hey, we care about the details, and that builds trust in everything else you do. All right, our stage is set, it's clean, it's safe. Now it's time to bring out the stars of the show, your products. Because let's be real, a beautiful showroom is totally wasted if the stuff in it doesn't grab a customer's imagination. So let's make these products shine. So how do you make your products really pop? It comes down to 4 key principles. First, create impact. You need a bold focal point that just grabs their attention. Second, use color and illumination to guide their eyes and create a specific mood. Third, make sure everything is accessible, easy for customers to see and for your team to maintain. And this last one is huge. Encourage interactivity. Can a customer actually pick up that accessory? Is there a screen they can touch? The more they can physically engage with something, the more invested they become.
This right here, this should be your mantra. Display product to maximize market appeal. Every single choice you make, from where you put something to the lighting you use, has to serve that one goal, maximizing its appeal to your market. You're not just stocking shelves, people. You are literally engineering desire. You're curating an experience that's designed to connect with your ideal customer and, ultimately, drive that sale.
And remember, you've got different tools for different jobs, right? You'd use a secure, well-lit showcase to signal that an item is high value or special. You'd use a big TV screen or a monitor to bring a complex service to life with some dynamic content. And you'd use brochures and info systems for all the specs and details a customer might want to take home. Choosing the right display system for the right product, that is the mark of a true pro.
And here is a simple rule that you just cannot break. Every single product needs a clear display label and a price ticket. No exceptions. Think about it. A missing price tag creates instant uncertainty, maybe even a little suspicion. A clear, professional label, it removes all that friction. It signals honesty and transparency, and that builds the trust you need to close the deal.
Okay, so you've created this fantastic showroom. The job's done, right? Time to kick back? Nope, not even close. The best displays are like living things. They have to adapt and evolve. And to do that, you need a constant feedback loop. This is our final and maybe our most critical key to long-term success.
So if you really want to improve, you have to listen. And you need to be listening in 4 key directions. First, your sales data. That gives you the cold, hard facts, the what. Second, customer questionnaires or surveys. These can help you understand the why behind the numbers. Third, just casual customer conversations. You know, the stuff you overhear on the floor. That's the candid feedback you won't get anywhere else. And finally, your team. These guys are on the front lines every single day. Their insights are pure gold.
Let's just pause on this for a second, because it's so important. Your sales data, right now, is telling you a story. The question is, are you listening to it? If that new tire display you put up is crushing it, that's a clue. If nobody's even looking at the service packages, that's another big clue. The great thing about numbers is they don't have opinions. They just show you exactly what's working and what needs a little help.
Okay, so we've got the strategy down. But turning a great strategy into reality, well, that comes down to the actual skills that you and your team bring to the floor every single day. So let's wrap up by looking at the essential tools you need in your toolkit.
These 4 skills right here are pretty much the engine of your success. Reading, being able to look at a floor plan or instructions and know exactly what to do. Numeracy, so you can estimate stock quantities and volumes, no problem. Writing, preparing those clear, legible labels and tickets we talked about. And of course, communication, so you can clarify instructions with your team and get that crucial feedback from customers. They all work together to make it happen.
And at the end of the day, it all comes down to actually doing it. The real test isn't just knowing the theory, right? It's being able to create at least 5 different, compelling displays. A few for products, a couple for services. True mastery is all about taking this knowledge and putting it into consistent, real-world action.
So, let's just boil this all down. If you take away only one thing from our chat today, make it this. There are 3 keys to a killer showroom. Number 1, master the area. Number 2, make the product shine. And number 3, listen to the feedback. That's it. That is the formula. If you can get those 3 pillars right, you will transform your showroom from just a passive space into an active, powerful sales machine. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. You don't have to go in and overhaul everything overnight. That's not the goal. I want you to ask yourself, what is one small, deliberate change you can make tomorrow? Maybe it's as simple as clearing a walkway, or improving one sign, or just asking one customer for their honest opinion. Because that one small change, that's the first step in turning your showroom into your absolute best salesperson.